I'm taking a stroll about 1.5 miles from home down to my local spot. It's a nice spot actually. And I've just come to this woodland where in the past I've had pretty problems with these guys, these bullocks, and they're very aggressive. Alright mate. Hello. Either way, they're pretty easily spooked. We're going to take the high road up here and not go down the little river valley where they take shade. Come on then, mate. I've got a lick lens. Put a hole in that. I just repaired one. Right, let's hope they don't follow me. Right, just gonna show you what I've got here for my spearing. Flippers, gloves, weight belt, weight vest, snorkel mask. My mask has got a GoPro attachment on it, but I don't like that so much. I prefer it from the gun. Flotation device, which I've just started using and just find invaluable these days. I can carry everything I need on this, plus people know where I am. It's a buoyancy aid, you know, I can carry everything I want. A knife, torch, spare net, foraging net. I've got my crab claw, I've got some water, the flag to warn others where I am. I've got the spear gun here with a GoPro mount. It's got all bent on the way down here. My stringer, float line, and the foraging bag to keep a lobster in should we get one. The weight vest is great if I've got it on right. Kind of spreads the weight across your body instead of having it all on your belt. It can just give you like all the weight in your belly sort of thing. Now it's spread over me a bit. You can even get ankle weights to spread it even better. Right. Strap my knife on, goes here on my arm or there on my leg. Easy to get hold of. And where you're filming me is where the GoPro is on my, I was about to say helmet, but no, my mask. Let's get in, see what we can see. that. Quite a successful day as far as crustaceans are concerned anyway. Spider crab for tea. That's just on the legal side, that brown crab there, so you can see how big these guys are. I think a lot of meat in that claw there. That guy's particularly large. There you go, took all of 10 minutes to pick up those 4 crabs. And I've actually located 6 lobsters today. Some in as little as a foot of water in a rock pool. Unfortunately, everything's just been too small. But really good to see that many young lobsters. I might give it another go in a sec, seeing as we're right low tide. Just scrabble around some of the rock pools, but I'm going to process these up and take some crab to my mum, probably tomorrow. But I'll dispatch them down here and get them ready for cooking back at home. But that's cool, we're going to have a lot of crab meat there. A little shallow dive here into a cave I frequent both at high and low tide. Straight there in a little cave. Nice lobby, but check out how many prawns are in this cave. Oh man, I should have brought my net. I'm coming back here. And then down the back. Look at all the prawns on this roof of this cave. And in the back, some bigger prawns. One there, snuck into the corner. There's another bad boy. Claws out. Well, that is amazing. I'm bleeding. Okay, I haven't got long because the battery's going to run out, but I wouldn't call that a bad little afternoon's foraging. That is a big old lobby. Spiders, 2 more spiders.
Yeah, I found one with it and everything.
Oh, it's got my leg! Look at that, that's like a cartoon, isn't it? Yeah, but, big old boy that.
Yeah.
Look, this down the brown crab's got my foot, look. It's like comedy hour.
Brilliant.
Ta-da! Well, would you believe it? Look at that. I've had these guys on ice in a little bit of seawater with loads of seaweed in here overnight. You know, the battery ran out yesterday. You know, sod's law. It was one of my best days ever collecting crustaceans. Hello, Kiki. You want to see this? You want to see that? And the cameras weren't working. So I would have normally processed these spider crabs for sure on the beach last night, but I didn't have any batteries, so I couldn't. So therefore what I'm going to do is go down the beach and process these now. I'm a true believer that you should process everything you've caught in the sea, so everything goes back into the sea. Its shell, its guts, its claws, everything makes its way back in there. You know, I am lucky, I live pretty close to the beach. I can just do it whilst I'm walking the dog. So, yeah, I can't believe the size of this lobster. Look at this thing. I reckon that weighs at least 3.5 pounds. I'll weigh it, see. But that's for Mother, I promised her it, remember that? So I'll cook that up for her tonight. And what I've decided I'm probably going to do is let the brown crabs go. I think we'll have enough crab meat from these claws and legs of these three to make a nice dish with the spider crab flesh. Come to sort these spider crabs out quick and release the little brown ones. But this is our local bay. It's about a mile from home. Oh, it's just a beautiful spot and very slippery rocks. Right, well, first thing we're going to do, I've decided that we've got enough crab. This is borderline, this male. This female's in, but I figured that we had enough crab here in these 3 spiders, and when these can live to breed another day. Still in good nick. Just going to pop them in the water down here, and then we'll get on with dispatching these spiders, big boys. Okay, right, essentially these crabs are nearly dead actually, so it's time to get them cooked as soon as possible. So I've lifted up the flap of they're all male crabs these, you can tell by the big claws on them. That's his sexual organs. What I'm going to do just to dispatch him properly is get a screwdriver through here and up into the head. Move it around like that. There you go. I'll do that to all 3 of these right now. Now comes the messy part. I probably won't put this in the video. You just got to get rid of the top of the carapace here. Just whack that on a rock, take it off, and here inside you can see all its gubbins. They're the lungs, gills, dead man's fingers. There it's brains and what have you. That's actually brown meat. If you were to cook this crab whole with the shell on, you could actually eat that brown meat. We're not going to keep that today, but you know, some people really like the sweet brown meat. And once that's cooked up, it becomes a little bit more solid. But really, what we're interested in is getting rid of all this gumph in there, because most of the meat, all the lovely white meat on the spider crab, is in its claws, its legs, and in these chambers in here. Obviously, look at the size of their legs. They need quite big muscles to move those legs around. And there's loads of lovely white soft meat all stored in these cavities in here. Right, so pull that off, and then we're just going to rinse this away in the sea. Then all we do is we just crack it in half, 2 halves, and cook it like that in the pan. Doesn't take up so much space. The shell always takes away so much heat out of the pan. Like this, you can cook them really fast on a barbecue, steam them up. You can see in there all the white meat that's stored in these chambers. Right, we'll do the others quickly. We're going to keep one of these lids because we should have enough meat from these 3 crabs just to present it in. So I'll boil one of those up with it, probably the big one, and we'll dress the crab in there for Jenny, my mother. What we got left here, there we go, lovely sections of body meat, lovely sections of body meat and legs. And I'm going to go home, steam them up quickly and get the crab picked and dressed. It takes a little while, but it's worth the effort. There we go. And I'm going to take this shell to dress it in. Ooh, it's full of gunk. Right, so first things first, put some water in there. I'm going to salt it a bit. The water they were sat in was a bit manky, so I thought I'd just salt some fresh water. And the most important thing is that we get this getting up to a rolling boil now before we stick the crabs in. I'm not sure that these are all going to fit in one pan. We might have to do 2 shifts on it. I think probably so. Anyway, lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so that is up to a rolling boil, and I've decided that we're never going to fit all this in here, so I'm going to do another pan alongside. Just got some water boiling. And get this on the go. Hopefully you can see, but I'm just doing the same in this pan as I am in the other. We put that shell in too, that will present the crab in with the other parts of that. Bit of salt in there. Get that going on. Now you could crack these claws now and put some ingredients in here to flavour the meat, but what we're going to do is we're going to pick all the meat out later and flavour it with some lemon and some butter and garlic. So I'm just going to lay these in here as best I can. Whoa. Of course that's got to come back up to another rolling boil. So there we have it. Actually 10 minutes up. Start getting these out. As I say, a lot of processing to do now. I think I'll probably leave that shell to boil away a bit longer. Wow, that smells delicious. Lovely. Whoa, look at that. Here we go. Whoa. I'll leave that bubbling away. Get all the juices out of it. What we're going to do is just plunge these into some cold water to stop the cooking process now. Stop them cooking anymore, keep them nice and tender. You know, you can use ice water if you like. I don't have any spare ice. Look at that pile of goodness. Aye, 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 aye. I'll get one of the big ones. You'll see it better. Inside here, there's all this lovely, lovely white meat. All this chamber here is full of lovely, lovely white meat. In the claws, it's a bit more flaky. Different taste completely from the body to the claws. But it's this lovely meat here. You see that? So what we're going to pick out first, and it's quite easy to do. But as I say, this is going to be quite time consuming. Sometimes pull all the meat out of the chamber like that. See that? And that's lovely, delicious. Mmm. That is delightful. Why all these go to France or Spain, I do not know. We are stupid in England. These taste far better than brown crab, if you ask me. Far sweeter. There you go. Pull the meat out. Just going to strip that off and put it into there. I'm at a bit of a weird angle here, but we'll pick through all of this bit by bit. Try and break that out. There you go. A whole piece of meat came out of that section of claw, which is great. It makes our life a lot easier. And off it comes. And then we just get the claw like that. Need a big stone. There we go. You see the meat inside these claws. It's a completely different texture to the meat inside the body. This has kind of got a feather bone inside of here. This meat is of a different structure. You can see it's more like cellular. It tastes completely different to the body meat. Oh, it's fantastic. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, so if you can see inside here, there's a load of chambers of meat, which are the top half of the leg joints. I can get this little pick in here quite easily and get these out. All this flesh, you can see there's more little cavities everywhere that are full of flesh. And this part of the shell here on the inside is actually paper thin. You can see, so I can actually break it open very easily with my fingers. Get in there to find the rest that I didn't pull out with the legs in the first place. You can see there's a chamber in here full of it. I'll just try and break some of that off. As you can see, it's paper thin. Try and get that section out. Look at that, loads of meat in there. And another one in here. Obviously I have the luxury of 3 crabs, so I'm going to get enough meat, but it's quite a lot of work just for 1 crab. At this time of year you can actually go and get 2 or 3 in, not a problem. I got those in, what, 10 minutes yesterday. Just break that off. See that? All inside. There you go. Gentle does it, and there, lots of white meat. Lots inside these cavities. Anyway, it's a bit of a meticulous process. It's going to take a while, but you know, that's all fun and fair. It's all part of it. Best thing you've got to try and do, start with the biggest claw if you like. Try and break it off here at the knuckle in the shell, not at this joint, in here in the body. If you can do that, you can pull quite a bit of the chamber meat from inside out if you get the whole knuckle out in one go. It tends to empty it out a bit easier. Try it with this one. No, didn't do it with that one. Still got quite a bit of meat out of it. If you can try and break the whole leg out of the socket like that, there, you're going to get a whole load more meat coming out with it. And you can just scrape it off with your fingers. But look, we're doing alright. We're doing alright. So right, we've got our crab shell. We boiled that up, cleaned it out. A lovely colour of that. Isn't that wonderful? He's got some barnacles on him, let me tell you. Been around for a while, that one. Now what we're going to do, we've got plenty of crab meat here. I might have to save some for my sister. But this is how you dress a spider crab as far as I'm concerned. Fill this shell up. Right to the top. So it officially takes 3 large male spider crabs to fill a large male spider crab shell with meat. But I don't know how much is there. Maybe a pound of meat. You know, worth picking through. That took me 45 minutes. What I'm going to do now, just going to squeeze some of this lemon through it. There you go, a load of lemon. That'll cevicherize it. And black pepper. Really probably should have mixed that up in the bowl first and then put it in there. But then I'm a numbnut. But that's what you need, the 2 main ingredients. And what we're going to do, we're going to toast up some lovely sourdough. And have that on toast before we have our lobster later. Beautiful. Look at that. Fantastic. Whew, there's a whole load of meat there. I'll cover that in cling film, stick it in the fridge. It's me and my mum. We're about to eat lobster. Just about to dispatch him. There's a cross on his carapace here. And I'm just going to plunge a knife down into it and all the way down through his brains. Anyway, we'll carry on. I'm going to slice him in two. One half for me, one for Mama. A little bit of olive oil on this. Right, look at that.
Very good. Toasted that on the barbecue.
I did, look. How about that? Do you like that, Mother?
I do.
You like a bit of crab, don't you?
I do. Lovely. This is a nice little surprise.
I love it. This is the right way to eat the crab, I think.
Lovely.
This is bigger than the one me and Charlie got at Trevone. Look at that. Right, I'll see you in a few minutes, mate. I'm not going to turn it over or anything. Whoa, okay.